So to answer this question, yes, I see the same 50 on a weekly basis. This is when persistency and consistency is key. Like I always say in my videos, everything I speak about is on my own personal experience, the way I was taught, the way our company wants us to run things and do our business. Everybody may not agree. Other reps may do things their own ways. So I just speak on personal experience. When I was trained, persistency and consistency was drilled into our heads. What I mean by persistency is sticking to the same providers on a weekly basis and being persistent and consistent in these offices, seeing them every single week. Let me give you an example. So let's say every Monday I see a Dr. John Smith. I decide, you know what, I'm not going to be consistent in there. I'm just going to give it a 3-week break. I'm going to see him like once a month. So it's really important to remember, you're now going to take a 3-week break. You're not going to go into Dr. John Smith's office, but there's like 100 reps that are circulating through that office on a weekly basis, whether it's medical device or pharmaceutical drugs. They're coming in and out. For those of you that don't know, every drug in the pharmaceutical industry that is produced, there's competing drugs in the market. So let's say, I have drug ABC. There's going to be multiple drugs within the class that do the same exact thing, and they may differ by price differential. They may have different side effects, but essentially they're doing the same exact thing. So those are called your competing drugs. So now I skipped Dr. John Smith's office for 3 weeks, but guess who hasn't? My competitor. He is in that office every single week, every Monday, just like I am, at a different time slot, but I haven't been in there in 3 weeks. So eventually what happens in 3 weeks, I roll around to Dr. John Smith's office, and he's like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. And all my business has now been directed to my competitor, and I'm getting absolutely nothing. Just like you, like I said, there's a million other reps. These offices see probably 50, 60 reps a week sometimes, depending on the volume of patients, how big an office is. That is why persistency and consistency is so important. Like I said, not everyone's going to agree with it, but from what I've seen, it could take a rep from being, average to exceeding quota every single week. Find a route that's really good for you. That's why routing is so important. You want to work those pockets of business and, find areas that are going to work for you, that are going to create that business for you, and live in those areas and see them on a weekly basis. If you can have them on a consistent schedule, that's even better. So they know, hey, on Monday, Sabina's going to be here at 12 o'clock with our lunch. There's a lot of competition out there, so you have to find ways to make yourself stand out, and persistency and consistency has worked.